Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football. It's time to have a look at the best strikers to think about to bring into our teams for the next few game weeks or for the long run. Now, we are in the international break still, so there's still a few more days before the deadline. What I would say is, while you guys watching these videos, do not make a transfer, guys. Just wait a little bit more longer before we find out every single information about all of these players, because it's kind of essential to know that these players are fit and ready to go for game week 13. Now, before I continue though, I just want to show how my team is kind of lining up for game week 13. A little bit early, but a few people has asked me what I'm going to do with Mendy and these injured players here. I want to try and change my formation to a 3-5-2, but I need to make adjustments to my team because of all these injuries. I can't go with the plan that I had before, so I need to kind of set a team for game week 13 at least. Now, there are a few options, so I don't want to go too much in detail because this ain't really video for that, but I want to show you what I'm thinking to do. Now, actually, if I lift it up here, so I got 0.3 in the bank, 1 free transfer. If Mendy is out for long term, I think he is, I'm just going to get rid and just get a really cheap player. Now, I know I can go back and get Laporte and stuff like that. I want to get a cheap defender that has got great amount of fixtures. Now, I'm going to go with this guy here. Now, this could all change, but this is someone on my radar, Lucas Digne. 1 assist, 3 clean sheets. It's not the fact that he done well or not. The eye test says that he's doing really well, and there's a high chance for him to get an assist very, very soon because he takes corners and some of the set pieces. And these games here, except for the Liverpool one, so you got Cardiff, Newcastle, and Watford at home, it's going to give this guy a higher chance of a clean sheet and some assists or even a goal. So that is the first transfer. Then that means I will have 1.8 in the bank. It depends on how many injuries I have. So if Ings is injured, there is a chance that I can remove him and get someone else. I just need to hope that Martial plays. Then I don't need to change that midfield. Then I can bench Knockaert and maybe have 4 at the back. So these are some of my options. I'm not gonna make these options, but this defender one is guaranteed. Ings. So I could bring an Arnautovic, right? I could bring an Arnautovic, but I'm thinking to bring Raul Jimenez from Wolves because he's got a decent lineup for the next few game weeks. As you can see, these 5. So if you just remove this Chelsea one at home because it's difficult, Huddersfield, Cardiff, Newcastle, and Bournemouth is not bad. Yes, in this in this Christmas period, it's quite difficult, but I can bench him in a few games there. So I was thinking to do this because he's still cheap, 5.8. This will give me 1.5. And in the next game week, like game week 14, I will bring a West Ham player like Felipe Anderson, for Knockaert. And there we go. So I have a perfect amount of money as well. I won't take the 8 points. I'll probably, in this 2 weeks, I'll probably take at least 4 and I can bring these players. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a very decent team in that long run, in that Christmas period. Felipe Anderson has got amazing fixtures to actually get a lot of points in. So these are some of the transfers, guys. I just gotta hope that Martial is fit and ready. Raul, is just cheap. It gives me more money to spend elsewhere. And downgrading one of my premium defenders to get another player that has got a great fixture is gonna give me money. So look what I did, right? I removed Mendy that is not gonna play. Knockaert is not really doing well, and Ings, I guess he could be still injured. I'm not 100% sure, so I still need to wait. So what I'm doing here is I'm not removing players that are already match fit. I'm removing players that is just not performing. They're injured, and I'm bringing players that has got great amount of fixtures to get more points than normal. So I thought I'll talk to you guys about this and what my plans are. Now this could all change. If Martial is injured, then I can remove him and get someone like David Silva just to add another Manchester City player. So that's a little update for you guys. I'm gonna create my preview video on Tuesday and decide on what I'm gonna be doing, and I probably will post another one before the deadline. And that is about it. Yeah, that was my team. Let's go to the transfers and let's talk about the strikers. Now, a lot of community are talking about these strikers here, and here we go. Arnautovic, Raul, Jimenez. So, gotta talk to you guys about these three strikers here. So, as for the best strikers for the next few game weeks, or for the long run, is actually these players here. So, what I want to do is talk about these guys. I want to bring you guys two more strikers for the short term, and I'm going to bring you guys another two for the next batch of fixtures. So Aguero, the premium one, expensive, 11.4 and 8 goals though, 6 assists. He's already, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to pass this. So he's already got 6 assists. And he's just bringing so much points when he plays at home. Away games, it's not really looking good for him. And we just got to hope that he continues to play and Jesus does not come into the scene. I did hear that there might be some injury issue or something like that. I am not 100% sure. We need to wait and see what happens. That's why I'm saying do not make any crazy transfers right now. The next fixtures, I don't really want to talk about the fixtures because we know how Manchester City is. We know what they can do against any kind of team. Arnautovic, very, very good player. The problem is this next game against Manchester City. Now, they are at home, so you don't know. If you got the money, if you got the funds, then go ahead because of these fixtures, guys. These fixtures are so good. So good for any striker to get a lot of points in. Newcastle away might be difficult, but then these home games here, Cardiff and Crystal Palace at home, back-to-back home games, it's actually really good. The problem with Arnautovic is he is an injury-prone player, so you might have issues there, here and there. But the fixtures, if he's fit and ready, are so good for West Ham to continue their good run. As you can see, Arnautovic has got 5 goals, 2 assists. The thing about Arnautovic is he's an explosive player. So in a game, he might just get 1. In another game, he might get 12, 14, or like really high points. So a very, very good player and with a good amount of fixtures. Now, Raul, a cheaper option of 5.8. He is on my radar because he's going to give me more money to use elsewhere. He's been consistent. He's doing decent amount of returns for this price tag. Just think about the value. Think about this price tag, right? He's already bought 56 points. That is quite high. 10.7% people actually own him. So slowly he's getting higher. He's still in a low bracket. These 5 fixtures, let's just say 4 if you remove the Chelsea's home game, because you know this is a higher chance, lower chance for the striker to actually get something. But this Huddersfield at home, Cardiff away, Newcastle away, and Bournemouth at home are so good. Then this Christmas period could be difficult. And I guess this is my reason why I'm going to bring a cheap player like him. Because at this stage here, I can bench a player like him and then have my midfield stacked with good players. This price tag is so good for him. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, 3 goals, 5 assists. It's decent. It's decent up, but because of this price tag being so low, it's very good. So those are the players that I definitely recommend. Go ahead, guys, and bring these guys in. Obviously, wait for the international break to be over. Now, here are some of the options for the short term. Now, I know a lot of people don't want a short term stuff, but you just don't know, because these short terms are there for the reason, right? And gives us, or gives the team, a higher chance to actually get some points in. The first one I'm going to be talking about is Rondon. Now, we've got to consider him a little bit. Guys, we all know what happened to Ross Barkley, right? He scored a lot of points. We brought him in. Well, not me, but, you know, a lot of managers brought him in. What happened? Did not bring the points afterwards. Be careful with this player. We need to wait. If he continues to do, like, even if he scores another 2, it's not going to hurt your ranks. Think about it like that. It's not going to hurt your ranks. If he scores like 3, if he scores a hat-trick, don't care. I don't care, because he's not high owned yet. When he goes to 5 or 10, then start thinking about it. Yes, he could still do well, don't get me wrong, but he's only got 2 goals, and that was only like 12 game weeks. He's got 2 goals, and that was just for a 1 game week. And he's got an assist against that Manchester City game. So I would just hang on for a little bit. But Newcastle's fixtures are not bad. We did say that, you know, Newcastle's fixtures in the beginning was quite difficult, so we kind of moved away from that. And now they're kind of changing. So for the short term, because the Christmas period is going to be a little bit difficult, Burnley away, West Ham at home, Everton away, Wolves at home, Huddersfield, Fulham. That is not bad. That is not bad. So yeah, the price tag is 5.7. So if you want something different and you want to try and take in a risk, then I guess you can go for him. Now, here's another player that is on the radar as well, is Murray. Now, we all know what Murray can do, and Brighton's fixtures are not bad. The first 4 are not bad. So these are the short-term ones, right? Leicester, Huddersfield, Crystal Palace, and Burnley are not bad for Brighton to get some points. They actually, you know, since their run has changed, they start winning. So these are the things that you need to look at. Fixtures are so important. I look at the fixtures, I look at the eye test, I'll see the player, how he's doing, and if he's missing chances and stuff like that. And I see how well the overall team of that team is doing. So yeah, 6 goals, no assists though. I think he is on penalties. 6.6, 5.5% of people actually own him. That's not bad for the short term, at least. Okay. Oh, now let's talk about, not now, but later. And these players that I'm going to show you it's going to hurt your team. So you need to be careful. If I say something, don't go and jump and get that player. These are all suggestions. Basically, I make these videos so we can have some ideas, and you know, it might refresh your mind. It might give you some, it might trigger something in your brain, and you're like, oh my god, that's a good idea. I might do this way and make it even better. Arsenal players, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Let's just add Aubameyang for now. It doesn't matter if it's Lacazette or Aubameyang. And I want to look at the goals and stuff like that. I want to look at the fixtures for Arsenal. Now, we all see what happens with Arsenal. With, you know, the first 2, it's actually difficult. We didn't want any Arsenal players. We didn't have them. They didn't score. After that, we said, shit, we need to bring these Arsenal players in because they've got great amount of fixtures. Boom, they brought a lot of points in. And we couldn't fit them in because our teams were kind of a little template that we made, and it was difficult to break that up because them players were actually doing well anyway. But after this Manchester United game, look, they got Spurs at home. Bournemouth's going to be difficult. Spurs at home is going to be difficult. Manchester United away is difficult. But these fixtures, if you remove the Liverpool game, that's not bad. Huddersfield at home, Southampton away, Burnley, Brighton, Fulham. These fixtures are so good for Arsenal to score 3 or 4 goals. I'm not saying they're going to win all of it, but they're going to, give them a chance to score more goals. So more goals, more points for us. So think about an Arsenal striker for the future. And another player that I need to talk about is Harry Kane. Yes, Harry Kane for Christmas. Well, the problem is with Harry Kane is his price tag of 12.4. Look at this, right? Raul, he's around 5.8, and he's just 5 points behind Harry Kane. Wilson has got 72. He's 6.8. He is above Harry Kane. So the cheap options, that's not too bad. They're not bad. And Arnautovic is there as well. He's only like 9, 8, 9. That's not too bad as well. So you gotta consider, the cheap options. But because Tottenham is doing well, and right now all of the players are coming back, like Ali's back, Eriksen's on the bench, but he's still back. Their defense are. Yeah, let's have a quick look at their defense. I have to talk about these things. It's quite important. So as you can see, the defense is, there's a lot of injuries in that defense, like Vertonghen, Rose, Sanchez, Trippier, and these are very important players. But the midfield is not bad except for Dembele, and he is actually the key member. But still, they can still score a lot of goals with these players. So, yeah, it's 12.4, very expensive. This means if you bring in a player like him, you're going to make a lot of surgery. You need to change a lot of players around, and that is the problem. I guess, I don't know. It's an option, okay? It's an option. You got to talk about it. 6 goals, 2 assists is not too bad. And these fixtures after these two, Southampton, Leicester, Burnley, Everton, Bournemouth, Wolves, Cardiff, even Manchester United at home, because at home, when you're at home, it's going to give you a higher chance. Fulham, Watford, Newcastle. Not bad. I guess he might not be the best option, but he's going to be up there. I think if you're going to bring a Spurs player, I would rather go for one of the midfields. Now, the midfield is like anyone can play there. That's the problem. So we need to check who's got this run of games, who's going to bring a lot of points in the next few games. So that is about it. I'm so sorry if I went and spoke about a lot of things, but I think it's kind of essential to talk about these things while we are in the international break. And I don't mind doing that. I love it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. If you want me to create a goalkeeper option, I can do that. Not going to be the best fun in the world, but I guess I can add that in my preview video on Tuesday. So yeah, anyways guys, I hope this helped. I'm so sorry if I continued on a rant and just spoke about a lot of things. I think it's essential though. Not many videos are out there, and I want to bring as much as I can. And if I can help you, give you ideas on your team, that's all it matters. That is my goal. My goal is to help out. I don't really want to make like tutorials all the time, because I want to prove myself that I can do well as well. And I'm learning every single time. And the good thing is what I'm doing this year is more than the year before and the year before, is I'm doing a lot of research on players, on teams, on international breaks, on, you know, all these matches, these training matches. Is quite important to see, you know, if they're playing well, if they're scoring, stuff like that is essential. So thank you for the support, guys, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday's preview for Game Week 13. You let me know in the comments below what things are you going to do, what kind of plans that you got in mind, and what kind of transfers in the comments, and that is about it. See ya.